dice readings where I roll the dice and Spirit chooses the sign that needs it most in this divine time. Whenever it is meant to catch you, it is meant for you. I've already pulled out the decks. We're going to be using Harrow, my energy alignment cards, my hand-drawn deck. Those are going to be to get insight into the overall energy of who or what we're dealing with. I was drawn to my Garbage Pail Kids Tarot and the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. All right, so we're going to be using those for more specific insights into the people or energies at play here. And then for guidance, I was guided to the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle, the Sacred Rebels Oracle, and our Power Thought cards. All right, so let's see whose sign is it today. Gemini, I did your reading yesterday. Let's see. I'm shaking it. I'm shaking it real good, guys. I'm shaking it real good. Libra. All right, Libra. It is your day. All right. So Libran energy. What other placements may be significant, whether you are or are not a Libra? We've got Sun and fourth house. So you may have your Sun in the fourth house, okay, regardless of sign. Your Sun could be in the fourth house. You could also have a Sun in Cancer. So you may be Cancerian in your energy. You may also have Libra ruling your IC line, okay, which would make you a Cancer rising. Libra in the fourth house. Cancer also rules the moon, so you could have a moon in Libra. That could be your big three. That would be really specific for you. Or you could have your moon in the fourth house, okay, regardless of sign. You could have a fourth house moon. All right, so I'm going to put those aside. And we're going to get right into it. So, oh, and someone called me on it yesterday on it. So just so that y'all know, the reason why, because I'm a smaller channel. I only have like 2,400 subscribers at the moment. I don't always have moderators available to come on and help moderate the chat. So the 2-minute wait for subscribers in the live chat is to keep the bots out and the trolls out. Okay? Because I don't like when the messages get interrupted. It bothers me, especially when people are trying to watch the replay, and so the 2-minute wait tends to keep out all the garbage from the chat. So that's why. All right. And I appreciate every single one of you who holds patience and waits the 2 minutes in order to subscribe and chat with me. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see what's going on. What is the energy, please, that Libra and the placements that came out would need in divine time? Okay. I feel like there's more. And the desert with that one. All right. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the Rabbit Prince. Top of the deck is the Locksmith. Might be super significant if you've been getting key synchronicities, especially because these are dexterity cards and their symbols are keys. Keys are also Chiron. Chiron's symbol is the key. So there may be Chiron lessons involved, but there's definitely information coming in. We're going to get deeper into that in just a second. Let's see what the alignments are. What is the alignment of the Brass Dwarf? What is the alignment of the Winged Serpent with the Idiot card? And what is the alignment of the Desert with the Trumpet card? Top of the deck is grounded. Bottom of the deck is makes poor investments in others and will not let it go. Chases reciprocity and pride. How to get out of that energy is self-forgiveness, right? Self-forgiving. So someone definitely made some kind of investment with their energy, and they're chasing the reciprocity. Okay, they're unwilling to believe that they can't get it back or that the person that they gave it to is not giving back. Give me one more clarifying card for the brass dwarf with the callous shadow, needle and thread. Give me a clarifying card for the winged serpent and the idiot with the encouraging energy. The birth card. And give me a clarifying energy for the desert with the trumpet and the clairvoyant card. The pedestal. It technically came out in the reverse. Spirit's guiding me to keep it upright, but I'm going to mental note that. Okay. All right. Top of the deck is Lighthammer. Bottom of the deck is the baggage. All right. So, person number one, or energy. It doesn't have to be a person, but energy. We got the brass dwarf with the needle and thread, and the shadow callus. Okay. The brass dwarf is a constitution energy, and it's lawful neutral. Okay. The brass dwarf shows an Azure who represents invulnerability to a current danger. Although others might fall, he remains hale and strong. The brass dwarf can also mean a failure or dark fate for one, which in turn might save all others around him from greater danger. This individual may be the one who made the poor investment, but they're invulnerable to the repercussions of it. Like, they aren't actually taking any losses that they don't create for themselves with doubling down or tripling down on the investment. Their losses are of their own choosing. And I feel like this person if they were to step out of the way and take the hit or take the loss, knowing that they're not going to get back whatever they've invested, it actually works out in the highest good for everybody, whether they realize it or not. That's the first energy. The second energy, we've got the winged serpent, the idiot, the birth, and encouraging, which is a throat chakra card. Okay. What they're birthing is a mystery. It doesn't necessarily mean children. It can, obviously, but not everybody's baby is a child. Some people, their baby is their business, or their baby is their pets, you know, like it's something that they have cared a lot about and nurtured a lot. The winged serpent is lawful good. The winged serpent is lawful good. It's a powerful being. Knowledge and prudence are separate keeps, bridged by understanding. The 𝗏𝗏 represents this bridge, knowing whether now is the time to strike. Okay. I think this person understands the shadow at play. But the idiot is neutral evil. That's the alignment of the card. The idiot is a card of grave foolishness and greed. It can mean bribery, blackmail, or naivete so grand it can see no evil. The goblins have captured a foolhardy man, representing the knowledge that loss of dignity can precede loss of life. And they're encouraging. I think this person or energy is tricky because on one hand, it's good, but on the other side of it, it's evil. This energy, whoever this is, may be saying all of the right things to keep the dwarf investing, right, with the needle and thread, the sacred soul contract, because they know it's almost like they've got the brass dwarf by the balls, so to speak. It's like they know that the brass dwarf is afraid of something. The brass dwarf is afraid of something. Afraid of losing their dignity or afraid of having nothing if they lose them. Which, to be fair, they are also in that energy then, right? They're afraid that if they lose the brass dwarf, that their dignity would be lost with it, right? It would show some kind of weakness in them or make them look bad to other people if they lost the brass dwarf. They might also dip into dark shadow thoughts, not knowing what they're going to do if the brass dwarf were to ever leave them. So their energy is encouraging the exchange, but there's like a crucial element missing. I can't help but feel like they're kind of both callous. Like they both made a poor investment in each other, if that makes sense. Like whatever brought them together, whatever relationship of convenience or whatever facade it painted for other people to see, it was missing something critical. It was missing something critical. Someone might smoke a lot or drink a lot of caffeine or alcohol, whoever the brass dwarf is, because I'm being drawn to the fact that he's literally smoking a hookah and drinking out of a mug here. Someone's playing someone else for a fool. And they need each other, but they also equally need to get the fuck away from each other. You know what I mean? Like it's interesting, the dynamic, okay? The locksmith that's on top is all about a key, right? Someone gave some kind of truth or some kind of, that is the key to a door or a treasure later down the road, but they don't know where that truth applies or where the treasure chest is kind of thing. They just know they have the key for it. And I'm getting this image of it being like lost in the bottom of the pocket with like the lint balls and whatever crumbled paper. Like the key's been forgotten about, but they still have it. The rabbit prints that's on the bottom. It represents hand-to-hand combat. The prince is battle personified and nothing if not capricious, and his broken sword symbolizes that any combatant can fall in battle, no matter how brave or skilled. It's like someone was given the key to win the war, but they're in the short-term battles of it all. The keep is under that. So it may be dealing with people inside the home, and the dance is under that. There's some kind of astrological alignments, transits at play, reforging people. It has them in a very stuck or paralyzed position. And this is what I'm feeling. The marriage under that and the loss. Like there's some weird dependency. There's baggage here. There's a lot of baggage. And I feel like with the light hammer being on the top, the divine is cracking something open. And I feel like that's where the third energy is coming from. I feel like that's where the third energy is coming from. So let me get you some insight into this third energy, because it comes out with the desert and the trumpet. They're both good aligned. One is lawful and one is chaotic. Okay. And it came out with the pedestal and clairvoyant. Now, the desert talks about someone who needs a mystic or a muse or some kind of teacher, spiritual teacher or guardian to get out of the desert, which is a loveless place, right? Water being what is lacking in the desert, water is symbolically linked to love energy. And so it's a loveless place. There's this need for some kind of guide, spiritual guide to get out. The trumpet is a declaration of power. This archon is an aggressive force who wades into the duress situations without hesitation in the cause of right. This is a card that grants all or nothing at all. They may have been someone who was, I don't want to say dethroned, because I don't feel like this person would want to see themselves in a position of power, but they are in fact pedestal worthy. So this person may deserve to be valued, right? The crystal or the diamond soul that hovers above the pedestal, the light. And they're a seer, right? They're clairvoyant. They have clear knowing. That's what clairvoyance is. It's clear knowing. It's knowing like you know, even if you have no reason to know what you know, you just know it. It's a truth that you know. This person's highly intuitive and spiritually advanced. And they have no problem running into the darkness, right? This is an angel who has no problem facing the darkness without hesitation. But it's an all or nothing energy. So if you were to work with this person or this energy, this third energy, if you wanted to learn, because they are very much a teacher, what they have to teach is really high value. But it's like you have to submit to the lessons that they're teaching. You have to surrender and do exactly as they say. You know, learn to perceive exactly as they perceive. If you want to get out of the desert, you have to see clearly with your mind's eye and not get distracted by the mirage, right? Because this person knows. This person knows. They're really high alignment, right? Double good energy. And they are as lawful as they are chaotic. Which means, yeah, they abide by divine order. They live within the bounds of divine law or high energy law. But they're not going to sacrifice 100% for 99. Their chaotic mode would kick in and they would do some off the cuff, unpredictable shit. This person doesn't play games. They're high energy. And they believe in the divine order. Like, well, if I can't teach you, someone else will. Something else will. If you don't want to pay attention to the lessons, if you don't want to learn, if you want to stay in this loveless place, this desert, be my guest. I'm the only one that knows the way out, right? They're the mystic. They're the alchemist. They know how to get out of the desert. And if you get smart with them or try and push your weight around with them, they're just going to leave you where you're at. You know, like that's the third energy. I wouldn't mess with that person. I would listen to what the fuck they're saying. If you know who this is, I'm also getting this vibe of like judgment. You know, the angel with the trumpet, it reminds me of the judgment card in Rider-Waite because the angel is in the sky with the trumpet. They decide, right? They are the final judge of where these people end up. They decide whether someone gets out of the desert or not because they know these people or whoever is not getting out of the desert without them. They decide if someone is going to appreciate and hold gratitude for and embrace the lessons that they're teaching. If they feel like someone is not going to hold gratitude and embrace the lessons and live the lessons and shift into a higher vibration, if they don't believe that it's worth their time and energy, they're not going to. Why would they convince somebody that this is the way out only for them not to listen? Instead of telling someone how to get out, it's more like, follow me. If you are unwilling to follow, if you are unwilling to take direction and follow me, then I can't help you. If you want to get distracted with illusions and mirage, be my guest. But I'm going to walk out. And you're either going to follow or get left behind. And it's not my problem. You know, this person holds a lot more value than person number 1 or 2 might actually give them credit for, which puts them in an interesting position, right? Because they're essentially stuck with each other. And I think it's the love that's missing. It's the actual love that's missing. Like that's the desert. The dynamic shift between the first and second energy, right? Someone is callous and someone is encouraging. And I feel like they're bouncing off of each other. And one person, the second person. You know, I think these two people are interchangeable. I think person number 1 would see themselves as person number 2, and person number 2 would see themselves as person number 1. They're both. They're both callous, and they're both encouraging each other, and they're both connected with this red thread energy. And they're being encouraged or fooled by the other. And what they're creating, right? What they're creating is a mystery to them. But the apple is here, and it's about knowledge. It's about experience. Because experience creates wisdom if you apply the lessons properly. I think they're both wearing masks. And they both feel like the other can't really touch them because they have something over on the other. They're both holding something over the other. And whatever one is investing in the other, and vice versa, they're not reciprocating because they know that's what the other person wants. And they're sticking around because they want to get it. Like if they were to give the person what they wanted to receive reciprocity-wise, they feel like they would lose the upper hand. And so it's like controlling power. But depending on how they played it, because the brass dwarf is an untouchable person, right? There's a sense of invincibility with them. One person falls to the benefit of all others. I feel like these two have each other backwards. I'm just going to leave that right there. That's who we're dealing with. So let's get into the tarot. Let's take it a layer deeper and get a little more specific with the Garbage Pail Kids and the Forest of Enchantment. Insight, please, into the dynamic of person 1 and person 2. Because I feel like it's a losing battle. I don't feel like anybody is actually going to be the winner of this battle, right? That rabbit prince. What is going on, Spirit? Although, to be fair, with the winged serpent acting like a bridge, I think there is an opportunity for one, if not both of these people to end up healing in the long run if there were to be some kind of split. Something learned about their foolishness. And how important emotion actually is. There is a chance that both of these people could heal as much as there's a chance that neither of them could heal. What is the insight, please? I think right now they're so consumed with the battle in front of them with each other that they're missing the bigger picture, you know, the greater spiritual war within the self kind of thing. Strong Gemini, Virgo, Aries energy. Clarities, please. Yeah, there's no love here, and there's the bridge. And it's like the bridge is only holding for a temporary amount of time. It's cracking. There's literally a bridge on the first card out. I'll show you guys in a second. Bottom of the deck is the King of Coin. It's crocodile tears. Someone has a facade on. Someone's wearing a facade. The Seven of Wands, and it's in self-defense. Spiritual defense. Because they know the other is taking advantage of them. Like, both of these individuals are privy to the fact that feelings are not involved, and yet they may be expressing feelings to prove sincerity, but neither actually feel emotions for each other or the situation. They both know that they're lying to each other. It's about money. It's about foundation. The Ace of Pentacles is under that. Yeah, Five of Swords with the Queen of Cups. They're lying about their emotions. They're actually deeply conflicted with the Five of Wands under that. Neither one of them is willing to let it die. And so they're faking with each other. And they know it. We got the Five of Cups, right? The bridge energy with the Two of Cups in the reverse. That bridge is cracking. There's something about choosing blood over water. But the Two of Cups, they're water cups. And it's in the reverse. Like, these three people, it's almost like they're trying to prove to each other how invested they are by cutting off everybody else besides each other. Despite the fact that they're grossly sad with each other. And it's an act because they're both reaping some kind of convenience from each other. The Magician with the Seven of Swords, that's someone who's manipulative, right? The Magician can be manipulative with shadow cards attached. The Seven of Swords is a liar and a thief. They're wearing masks. There's gaslighting going on. Half-truths, omissions. The Hermit with the Empress, they want to receive. They want to receive high manifestation, right? The inner journey, the inner work allows for that. But they're trying to control it. They're trying to control the Emperor with the Ten of Cups. They're trying to force a creation. They're trying to force the appearance of the Ten of Cups. Like, this is the dream. This is what we both wanted. But there's no progress, right? Hey, Tanya, how are you? Love you. Yeah, the Four of Swords with the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is a stagnant knight. It doesn't make a lot of progress. And the Four of Swords is also like a rest card. There's no movement there. It's a coffin card. And in this one, it's vampiric, right? And in order to get the sweetness, in order to get the coins, there's all these bees flying around like it's stinging. There's no emotion here. Like, not to use the term lightly, but it feels like two sociopaths trying to outsmart each other, making calculated investments in order to get the return that they want. They're playing games with each other. And they feel like they're invulnerable. It's like a false sense of, it's like a false sense of confidence in their own manipulative abilities. They don't realize how much they receive when they're on their own. They're trying to control it. They're trying to control it. I'm pulling the Lord of the Rings Tarot real quick. Give me one more clarifying card for all of these. The World in the reverse. And it depicts the image of when all of them are sitting around the table before they take off on the journey, right? The Knight of Pentacles again. With the Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, Gemini, Virgo energy again. With the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords. Yeah, these two energies, person one and person two, are holding on to each other because they're trying to make some kind of progress. And they're these emotional vows or these verbal vows of love and commitment. But they're in high anxiety and they're both vampiric. They're both playing some crazy games with each other to get a certain outcome. It's almost like if they both dropped the facade and just talked about what it is that they want and what it is they don't want and agreed to like contractual terms, they would be fine and they could drop the facade. They could drop the act. But they're playing these games. It's stressful. Because in order to play the games, there's lies. In order to play the games, the lies cause anxiety. They're rolling the dice, and it's like only a matter of time before they crap out. It's actually really sad energy. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. And the top is the Three of Cups. They need the third party. They need the third energy. The Queen of Cups, that's the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Rings. This third party knows how to get them out of the desert. Yeah, Seven of Swords and the Emperor. With the King of Cups. Someone is lying about their feelings, lying about their emotions. They don't actually feel anything. And I think it's both of them. I think it's both of them. People expressing, I care, I want to see this happen, I want to see that happen, I want to be supportive of you or whatever. And it's like, it's all bullshit. I really do feel like these are two complete sociopaths who are just lost in the manipulation with each other. What's the insight into the third energy? The desert with the trumpet, the clairvoyant pedestal. Because this energy is kind of what they need to get out of this crazy, it's like crazy. What they're doing is insane. Like person number one and person number two, what they're doing is fucking insane. That level of games and manipulation and lies and deceit and facade, like that is crazy. Normal people don't do that. What is going on with the third energy? Using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot for this. What is the third energy? The Devil. What else? The Two of Coins. The Seeker of Visions. The King of Swords. Okay, that's clarifying the Devil. This is what they know. Right? We were talking about how much they know and they're good aligned. They know it. So if you're watching this and you know who the third person is and you resonate as person one or person two, and you know who the third person is and you are not in communication with them right now, I'm telling you right now, person number 3 is giving you a message. Give me 2 more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Spells. That's the 10 of Wands. With the 5 of Visions, the 5 of Cups. This person knows that someone was chasing gold and fell in love with a frog kind of thing, hoping that the frog would turn into a prince. And they may have trekked a very long way to get to some kind of stable environment, stable home or stable career, only to end up suspended. Only to end up suspended until they see their light. They're in spiritual timeout. They're not allowed out of the situation until they acknowledge their light. And that is the challenge, because they don't know what the truth is. They don't know what the truth is because they're lying to each other. They both want the wish fulfilled, but they got into it for the wrong reasons. They even may have mistaken lust and chemistry for divine connection, like it's meant to be, because the chemistry is so good. Like, there's illusion here. There's illusion around lust, fear, and family. There's something that needs to heal there. They need to heal into their masculine, their high masculine energy, both counterparts, if they want the actual 10 of Cups. It's interesting. The Emperor is out with the 10 of Visions on the bottom of the deck, back to back, and that those 2 cards are clarifying each other here in the other deck, right? The Emperor came out with the 10 of Cups. It's back to back in the bottom of this deck. The Forge is there. It's Temperance energy. they can achieve it, but not by force, not by manipulation. The devil with the King of Swords, being cold and calculating, is the shadow, the calloused energy, the encouraging energy, the manipulation. Like, that's what needs to stop. Like a pathological liar, or a pathological omitter, or a pathological secret keeper. Like, it has to stop. The games, the devil in this deck is the liar. They have to learn something. The lies are not serving them. It's the truth that sets them free. And they're trapped because they're literally lying to each other. The ideal is not real. There's a toll, right? There's literally a troll bridge here, right? Another bridge. There's cost. To get single with the nine of coins, the boons are the suit of coins in this deck. There is a price that you pay in order to be single and in balance. You have to pay the toll to get out. There's a price. Neither of these people are willing to pay the price right now. That's why they're lying their asses off. The Seeker of Visions reversed with the Seeker of Boons. There is no emotion there. They could be speaking emotions, saying, I love you. I will always take care of you. I will always be there for you. You know I care about you. We can get through this. They could be saying all that kind of shit and not mean a fucking word. They're out for some kind of... It's like a knight trying to prove he's worthy of being king, and he's on some mission, right, to bring riches back home. What they really need is medicine. I feel like these people, like, they're ill. I'm no doctor, but I feel like these people have like something mental wrong with them. The Lovers with the Seven of Challenges, it's the Seven of Swords. Like, they choose deceit. They choose to steal from each other. They choose it. They're opportunists. They're opportunists. They have this idea of what they want. They have this idea of what they want. And they're using each other to achieve it. High willpower. The thing about the King of Wands is they're a solo king. And they will go after their dream. They will go after their vision no matter what. These people are willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get their goal. And they're playing each other. The third person knows it. And if they want to get, if either one of them wants to actually get out of this, they would have to listen to the third energy. Because the third energy knows them better than they know themselves. The third energy sees them more clear than they see themselves. And they know when they themselves are being lied to and being taken advantage of. They've learned it. This might even be a judgment, the fact that the two of these people are stuck with each other because they screwed over the third energy to begin with, right? Because that pedestal was in reverse, but it wasn't meant to be. These two people were not paying any mind or listening to the desert. They were so distracted. They did not even realize they had like an angel in their midst. And when they betrayed or lied to or took advantage of or devalued the third person, they spiraled out into some stuck cycle with each other. And the third person knows it. Third person's not stupid. They can't hide it. They're clairvoyant. Like these two people can put on whatever happy, facade, social media, whatever that they want. And the third person knows they're fucking stuck with each other and they're miserable. There's no love. There's no love. They're calloused fools stuck with each other, playing these crazy, crazy mind games. Like they've lost the battle. They've lost the battle. They've lost sight of the bigger picture. They've lost sight of their healing. I feel like the third person is like, whatever. And they've moved on entirely. Like they got out the desert. They knew the way out and they got out. They left these two people literally to their own demise. They've made a poor investment in each other. They're chasing reciprocity and the other isn't giving it for a reason. They're not reciprocating for a reason because they know the other person. They know the other person wants the energy reciprocated in order for things to be fair. And they're not giving it up. They're not giving it up. Is this the only card? No, there's 2 here. 3 here. Angel numbers, synchronicities, and careers transition. These are the 3 cards that came out. Pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. Allow the magic to unfold as synchronistic events lead you in a new direction. Synchronicities are a big deal. Like we've had repetitive cards out here. We've got a lot of 4s and 5s on these cards and 6s for that matter, because the Lovers is out. It was twice out. Got multiple 4s. 4 of Swords, the Emperor out. 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Discs, all out. And 7s. Multiple 1s too. Like, you guys, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. Like, the divine doesn't give up on you. The synchronicities are always there. The synchronicities are always there. It's just a matter of whether or not you choose to acknowledge them and look them up. Look them up. Joanne's Sacred Scribes is an amazing little site for angel numbers. I feel like the universe, if it's not an outright third person, the third energy could straight up just be the universe. And they could be trying to guide you with the synchronicities. But if you don't pay attention, you don't pay attention. And it's not the universe's problem then. The universe is doing its job. The divine is doing its job. Is giving you all of the tools to get out. Your soul is yearning for a career aligned with your passion and purpose. For some of you, you most definitely might need to change jobs. Because if this is financial and like person number 1 and person number 2 is a work dynamic, and you're lying to each other like, no, I care, I want to get it done, let's do this, and we're going to make it great, but you're both fucking miserable at your jobs, like you might need to accept the fact that you just don't fucking like working there. And it pays the bills and you're doing it because you're getting paid and you're telling them that you care because you keep getting the hours, even if you hate it, but you need the money, and this person really can't do it without you. Like you're appreciated, you're this, you're that, whatever, but they don't actually care about you and they might be working you to the bone so that they could slack off because they don't want to do all the work. Like they don't want to do it. So take it as it resonates. they don't actually want to put in the hours, and so they're putting it all on you, and it's stressing you out, but you know, you're doing it because you need the money type thing. Because this could definitely be a work dynamic. What's the Sacred Rebels card, please? What is the guidance from Sacred Rebels, please? Yeah, follow your own rhythm. Card number 5, again with the 5s. Follow your own rhythm. It says, deep within you are moved by an ancient, powerful force that cannot be tamed. It is the rising pulse of your connection to the life force. You feel it in your bones, in your blood, in your heart, and in your belly. When there is something dying within, you sense it falling away, no longer needed. You sense when it is time to rest and be patiently in transition. You feel the stirring of agitation and restlessness when new life calls you to create, to act, to step forward, and to take a risk. You know that you march to your own beat, that no one else can tell you what your inner rhythms are, and that you must trust in your own timing. You cannot be rushed or forced, nor can you be held back when it is time to burst forth. Life celebrates and supports the natural rise and fall of your inner rhythms. This oracle brings you the special message that you cannot miss what you are destined for, nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. Trust in the life cycles within, and you will feel the perfect balance between effort and surrender, discipline and letting go. When it is time for the rhythm of rest, you will feel a natural slowing within and be drawn into contemplation and environments that are more gentle, spacious, or nourishing, and perhaps more peaceful. When the rhythm of play beats in your heart, you will reach out to others to connect, dance, converse, sing, make music, make love, and share your wildness. You will be drawn to uplifting groups and places where you can experience a positive, energetic exchange. Your needs will be met in harmony with your own rhythms. All that you will miss out on by trusting this is anxiety. What you will gain is peace. You must honor your need for rest and replenishment as well as your need for play. Sometimes you need to take a nap or take a trip to the beach or do something far more for you than slogging away when you are mentally depleted and in need of rest. Sometimes you need to work when the energy is flowing, even though others may say it's too much and you have to stop. You are an empowered individual, and you have the intelligence and wisdom to choose for yourself. Experiment with what works best for you and tailor your lifestyle so that it nurtures your best self into being. The healing process, it says you can say aloud, I now release any unhealthy attachment to the structures, routines, and belief systems of others that are preventing me from accessing and honoring my inner sacred rhythms. May I be assisted through unconditional love to know the truth of my own timing. I love myself enough to give myself rest when needed, to trust in my own timing and not feel forced or rushed. I believe in myself enough to take healthy, inspired risks and action when the timing feels right to me. I trust in my inner rhythms. They are wise and helpful through unconditional love. So be it. Be aware of your own energy. What does your energy feel like? What does your body want? Does it want to curl up into a ball and rest, or open your arms to embrace or dance? Take a moment now to do what is needed for yourself based on your feelings. If this is easy for you, great. If it is hard for you to know what it is you need, even more wonderful. It means you're open to learning something new about yourself and what loving yourself can do and how it can become easier with practice. If you're in a dynamic ship with someone, and you feel that need to slow down, you feel that need to follow your own rhythm, and they have all these expectations of you or on you because they need certain things from you that they are unwilling to do themselves. Because I don't feel like it's not like either of these people are not capable. They don't want to do it. So the other person is doing it for them, but there's expectations attached to it. And I feel like the expectations attached, like, y'all need a break. Y'all need a break. I don't know. I mean, if person 1 and person 2 are meant to be together, they have a lot of learning to do about themselves before they can even learn about each other. There is healing that needs to happen here. The last guidance card. I see my parents as tiny children who need love. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I now know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. You know, it's interesting. Like, an example could be like a child who is always getting punished for something that they did that they weren't supposed to be doing. Like, you can't just do whatever you want, you know, like you have to follow the rules of what is acceptable. And it's like someone who has this idea that they could do whatever they want, but there are rules to what is acceptable. Like, their parents were trying to teach them then what they're still learning now. Like, they haven't learned it yet as an adult. You can't just do whatever you want. You know, like maybe someone is a frivolous cheater and they think they can do whatever they want and they validate what they want. But if to have a healthy relationship, you can't just do whatever you want. Like, there's rules, you know, unless you have a partner who is also down and open to being in an open relationship and seeing other people. Most people don't appreciate being cheated on. And you need to talk about that before you get involved in a relationship dynamic. Like, I'm not a faithful person. It's not who I am. It's not my rhythm. I like to sleep around. If you also like to sleep around, cool, because that means we're on the same page. But if you want a loyal person, I'm not your partner. Like, being open with people. You might get shot down 99 times because people want loyalty, but that one person who's like, no, cool, I'm really glad you said that because I'm the same way. And y'all will work out great. You won't fight. You won't be lying to each other. You'll be like, all right, I'm going to go out with so-and-so tonight. And that person will be like, all right, fine. Well, I'm going to make plans with this person then. You know what I mean? Like, and it works out better. You gotta figure out what your rhythm is and find somebody who accepts your rhythm. Can't lie about it and pretend it's not there. You can't omit things. You can't keep secrets. Like, it's not healthy. It causes a great deal of anxiety, especially when there's expectations and, you know, investments being made in other people. Like, I tell people from the gate, like, I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke weed. I don't do pills. Like, I'm pretty dang close to straight edge, you know, like, I don't mind a glass of wine on a holiday, like a glass, maybe. It's like a glass of wine with Easter dinner or some shit, but like, you know, I will not date somebody who drinks. And they're like, okay, well, I drink. All right, well, then you need to go find somebody else who accepts your rhythm. That's not my rhythm. I accept that 99 people out of 100 are going to be like, oh, well, I'm a drinker, or, oh, I'm a stoner, or, oh, I do this. And it's like, okay, well, you can do all of those things. You're just not my person then. You know, I do like long conversations. I do like emotional intimacy. Without those things, there's no way you're going to turn me on. So if that is not your thing and you are not emotionally available, or you're not intuitive and you're not reading the room kind of thing, like, you can't read my emotional needs and be an empath with me, like, I'm going to have a difficult time being in a relationship with you, because I'm that way. I'm empathic. I like conversation. So if you're not a conversationalist, you don't like philosophy, well, you and I have different rhythms, and that's fine. You're not my person, though. So I'm very clear with people now, like, if you don't like astrology and tarot, like, I'm not your person. I'm not going to keep what I do a secret. I'm not going to let someone fall in love with me and they have really strong religious beliefs and they're totally against what I do. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, this is what I'm into. This is what I like. This is what I resonate to. This is my light. It's my vibe. You know, like, you have to be open with people before you get involved in relationships with them. Transparency is crucial. Truth is key. Like, truth key. You have to know what you're getting involved with, so that you're not playing all kinds of fucking psychotic games with each other. Because this is fucking crazy. The first two people, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Never in a million years. Someone tries playing head games with me or fucking lying to me, and I know it. Like, I'm sorry. Next. You're done. You know, like, you're done. Bless your soul. Like, you are not my person. I don't tolerate it, you know? More power to you. Find somebody who likes to play games with you. I'm not your person. You know, I like transparent. I don't fucking hide anything. I don't hide anything. You know, you gotta figure out what works for you. You have to figure out what vibes. It's great if you have a lusty connection and great chemistry. But if the love language is not the same, if the vibe is not the same, it doesn't matter how great and bang the sex is. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work out in the long run. I mean, have a relationship where y'all are just in it for the sex then. Like, hey, you and me are way different, but the sex is bang. So can we just utilize that until we find somebody that we're actually connected with? And just accept that we are what we are, the way we are, and not ever try and take it deeper. Because, like, that's being open and transparent. Like, you are not the kind of person I like. But if we have chemistry, let's have fun with it. You know, we're not in committed relationships. No one's expecting us to be loyal. We're just living our life and doing our thing. Great. Great. That works. That works. Good for you guys, you know. But to try and force relationship and long-term whatever with somebody who is not on your wavelength, like, it's fucking brutal. That's fucking brutal. Why would you do that to yourself or each other? There are so many other options out there when you allow yourself to actually be open to receive it. Like, y'all might be better off single or better off friends than you are partners. You might be better off confidants or better off support systems when you're not working together. You know? You might enjoy each other's company if you weren't resenting each other for shit. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to be honest and transparent. I really don't. It never ceases to amaze me how fucking crazy people can get with the weaving of the tales and the lies and stuff. Like, it just never ceases to amaze me. I don't understand. I do not understand. But Libra, that is the message, with special nods to Cancer. Special nods to Cancer, because that definitely came through on the dice. So until next time, guys, I have faith that if you caught this message, it caught you in divine time. I appreciate everybody who tunes in and drops likes and shares it out or leaves me comments. I fucking love the comments. So I love chit-chatting with y'all in divine time. So until we see each other tomorrow, Free Card Friday will be at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I hope y'all have a blessed day, night, morning, wherever you are. All right. Much love and support your way always. Take care, everybody.